Well, I was just saying, Willie, a gift of a chance. It was a straightforward safety shot that Mark Allen played, and I mean there was plenty of reds to run this one into.
Yes, I mean he's just playing into the outside red of the 3 and just trying to, you know, deaden that and make sure nothing comes into the ball. But it's careless. I mean it's a big target, John, that, and once again Mark Allen just may have missed a trick this afternoon.
Well, yes, as we were saying, I mean he looked certain to go 4-1 in front, and there was another frame that he lost when he missed an easy red to the middle pocket. So
Ricky Walden took it.
This was the one where Ricky Walden played a bad safety, but you've got to take advantage of your opponent's mistakes. At the moment, it's Ricky Walden who's doing that. He needs a bit of help here from a baulk colour because he's knocked a red over the corner and it's not covered.
One. Ricky Walden won. Foul. Miss.
Just drifted past and missed call, but it won't be taken because there's a couple of easy starters here for Ricky Walden. Tough times for Mark Allen at the moment.
One.
.94% pot success now, just increasing that percentage since the start of play. Of course, it helps when you're getting plenty of chances.
6. Seven. Twelve. $13. 18. $19.
Now, if you're a better on the black, you may even decide to play a little cannon knowing you'll be on that red, but not worth taking the risk. But if he's going to win the frame at this visit, he's got to start thinking about going into
26.
that cluster. Just looking at the situation of the reds behind the pink, but I don't think they're a plant to the corner.
27.
Now, does he play for the loose red, or does he play the cannon? I think you've got to play the cannon here.
I suppose the only thing that can go wrong, he hits the top of the pyramid there on the reds that are set in a triangle and sticks on them, but if he catches that red half ball, either way, he's going to split them far and wide.
Where's the red gone? Ooh! Well, he may just have a red to the left
34.
middle. It's close to the cue ball. He's a little unlucky to have stuck in the reds as he did, because he hit this pretty well. Just got a little bounce off the cushion, which maybe stopped it arcing like we would normally expect.
Absolutely, I agree with you, John. Yeah, you saw that there, didn't you? And it arced very, very late. It would have arced a fraction earlier if it hadn't bounced.
It's there.
35.
And now what a chance to finish this first session with a 2-frame advantage going into this evening.
And there's always turning points, isn't there? When he was 3-1 behind and played a very careless safety shot, which indirectly won him the frame. Mark Allen missed a trick. Should have led 4-1. It looks now he's almost bound to be 5-3 behind.
43.
So 55 points the lead. Still a possible 83 remaining. So 3 reds, 3 colours still needed. And it's just a little bit awkward. Just finding a place for the rest. There's no one to take your eye off the pot though. Played it well. Played it well, and now the delicate act of getting the rest off the table.
51.
And in his first major semi-final in this country, okay, we know he won in China, but he's had breaks of 60, 66, 98 and 58 and counting, John, from 3-1 behind. That's very impressive.
58.
It is, but I do feel he's had a lot of help from his opponent. But if your opponent leaves you chances, you've got to take them. And this black
59.
will mean that he'll be 71 points in front with 67 remaining.
What you're suggesting then, John, is don't do anything silly on the black like a previous frame.
Make certain. And that's what he did. The only reason I said earlier about 3 reds, because if he pots this red now in the middle, Mark Allen will concede. He won't come back to the table and try for snookers. And it's in.
67.
And every chance. He's already made a 124 break. He nearly made a century break in the last with a break of 98. Got a chance of a century in this one.
70.
Good stuff here from Ricky Walden. You could say, Willie, he's on a roll.
73.
Perfect angle just to flick the outside of the 3 reds on show there. And that'll push one towards the middle, one towards the corner, and that's exactly what's happened. Very impressive. As John mentioned, a little bit of help from Mark Allen, but Ricky Walden, when he's got in the
81.
balls, has looked the real deal this afternoon. It's amazing, the people watching, probably Ricky, for not had too much television time over the years, but it just shows you the standard of these players these days.
86.
There's lots of them.
87.
Well, there's lots of them, but there's not many can play with the fluency. When this lad's on form, he is an exceptional talent, as he's proved here.
94.
And he does it with such quickness of potting that makes him very exciting to watch. Mark Allen needs to pull his socks up this evening, because Ricky Walden is finding top form.
Century number 2 for Walden in this tournament. Century number 31 overall. And a possible 127, which will eclipse his 124 in frame 2.
$109. 114.
Played for the pink in the middle, but he's got second prize.
120.
Very well played, Ricky Walden. 3-1 behind, back against the wall. He came out with 60, 66, 98, and a fabulous 127 of 14 red clearance to take a 5-3 interval lead.
Well played, Ricky Walden. He really has come on strong in the last few frames, but the guys and I were just saying, well, Mark Allen was, what, 4 or 5 inches away from a 4-1 advantage had it not been for that bad positional shot off the yellow.
Yes, and looked to be playing every bit as good as Ricky Walden has finished off. And we could have easily be sitting in our chairs had he made that clearance and gone 4-1. Raving about 7-1 in front, and it was all over. That's the difference, is the margins are so small in snooker these days.
Yeah, we're talking about sitting in our seats. We have actually managed to find Ken a seat at long last. He's in from his demonstrations. Ken, what did you make of that session from both perspectives?
Well, a fantastic finish from Ricky Walden, and I'm just delighted the way he sort of expressed himself in the balls. Like, he hasn't slowed up on the bigger shots. He's been, you know, very prolific, very efficient. He's got on with his game, and how well he looks when he gets in around, makes lovely little cannons and lovely breaks, and you know, he looks as good as anybody this week when he gets in around that pink and black spot. Very, very good break builder.
John, you were making the point that he's very quick, he's very animated in the balls when he gets going.
Oh, he knows what he's doing, that's for sure. There's a downside to this, by the way. The downside is it's finished, because, to be honest with you, the way he's hitting the ball, he'd want to carry on there. He's got to come off a 5-3. I mean, if I was playing as well as that, I'd want to play every frame in front of me. He's now got to go away. Obviously, he's going to think about the lead for this evening. Big session coming up. But if he could have kept going, I think he'd definitely have voted for that one. I'm
sure he felt a real reprieve, as we were saying, in frame 5 when Mark Allen missed his positional shot, as we were talking about. But the momentum, really the sort of fizz seemed to go all out of Mark Allen at that point, didn't it?
Look, it does, but it also, at the same time, you're watching your opponent not miss a ball. I mean, he hasn't done too much wrong. There's been 1 or 2 poor safeties, but that's about it. The rest of it's just been a barrage of breaks, and Ricky Walden has absolutely buzzed from 3-1 behind.
Isn't it amazing how one shot can sort of define the whole session, and how quickly the match can change around? Just that one missed position getting onto the green for Mark Allen could have been 4-1. He could have finished the session, like, you know, 4 or 5 frames ahead, basically. But the match is turned on its head now, and it's just as well that the interval has come at a good time for Mark Allen, so he can go ahead, go back, regroup, and then come out for this evening's session.
And Steve, this is where the experience comes in, because Mark Allen's been in this situation in semi-finals, in the longer events, obviously. How important do you think that is going to prove for him this evening?
Well, initially he'll come off the table and he'll be in an awful state. You know, to thinking he's thrown away the game. Obviously, he's got time to regroup, and effectively, even though he's 5-3 behind, it's not